It was very helpful, very convenient, and a positive thing for all of our staff.
On the day we learn of Indiana's first flu death, one woman is on a mission to make sure all Hoosiers are vaccinated this season.
A gray, cool, and windy day. I'll let you know when sunshine returns and the wind calms down.
And it's time to pass the bone and retire. Butler's famous Bulldog mascot is getting ready for the next chapter in life. But why now?
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
Now at 5, a stark reminder that the flu is nothing to underestimate. The State Department of Health is reporting the first flu-related death of the season, and the Marion County Health Department confirms the person is from Marion County. To prevent more deaths, one pharmacist is taking it upon herself to make sure vaccinations are available to all Hoosiers. RTV6's Stephanie Wade shows us how this woman is making an impact in our community.
This pharmacist is making it her mission to bring flu shots to people for free at their work. She says she's passionate about preventative medicine and wants to make sure as many people as possible are safe this season.
Many people get sick in this work for at least a week, extended period of time. Some people are hospitalized, and some people die from it.
IU Health pharmacist Heidi Varnett is serious about the flu season. So much so that she is bringing flu shots to thousands of Hoosiers at work. Today, she was at IPS's Carl Wild School, giving flu shots to school employees, including the principal herself.
The teacher is very susceptible to illnesses, and we get a lot of runny noses and sick kids, so we get a lot of illnesses just by being around kids every day. So anything that we can do to prevent illness is a benefit for us.
Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Stephanie, thank you. And the pharmacist has been to libraries, schools, and food banks. IU Health is partnering with Apex Population Health Group to engage employers and administer as many vaccinations as possible. The Marion County Health Department is holding 2 more flu shot clinics on Thursday. You can get yours at the Cathedral Kitchen at 1350 North Pennsylvania from 9 to 11 a.m. And on the east side, Inglewood Christian Church, 57 North Rural Street from 4 to 6 p.m. You can also get a flu shot at the Health Department district offices. Cost is $20 for ages 2 and older, free for children under 2. The former guidance counselor fired by Roncalli High School is now suing the school and the Catholic Archdiocese of Indianapolis in federal court. Shelley Fitzgerald claims in her lawsuit wrongful and unlawful discrimination against her. Roncalli placed Fitzgerald on paid leave from her job as a guidance counselor in August of 2018 when the Archdiocese learned she was married to a woman. The Archdiocese said her same-sex marriage stood against her school contract, and the Catholic Church believes that marriage is between a man and a woman. Roncalli did not renew Fitzgerald's contract. In the lawsuit, Fitzgerald claims the church did not take similar actions against other employees whose actions contradict church teachings. And the Archdiocese released a statement through its attorneys that said Catholic schools ask all teachers, administrators, and guidance counselors to uphold the Catholic faith by word and action both inside and outside the classroom. The statement continues, quote, if a school's leaders reject core aspects of the Catholic faith, it undermines the school's ability to accomplish its mission. Because of that, the Supreme Court has repeatedly recognized that religious schools have a constitutional right to hire leaders who support the school's religious mission. Republican leaders testified today in the disciplinary hearing for Attorney General Curtis Hill. Hill is facing possible sanctions over allegations he touched 4 women inappropriately at a bar after the legislature adjourned last year. On the witness stand, House Speaker Brian Bosma and former Senate President Pro Tem David Long both said Hill was apologetic after the accusations were first raised privately, but they testified he became more defiant when he learned the allegations were going public. Go to the RTV6 app and click on this story for more details on that hearing. We'll take a look at this scary start to the day for some IPS students and their bus driver. The bus crashed into a building at 16th and Emerson on the east side shortly before 7. You can see the bus made it almost entirely into the building. An IPS spokesperson said there were 23 high school students on board. No one was injured. The bus was operated by Durham Transportation. Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast. A cool, blustery day across central Indiana. Definitely needed that jacket, but you might be pleasantly surprised with what's in store tomorrow. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is here to fill us in. Kevin.
And Amanda, I'm trying to hide something from you and the viewers. Take a guess. How windy was it today? 36-mile-per-hour gust in Indianapolis. Up in Lafayette, 37-mile-per-hour gust. It's still windy, but I think once the sun sets, these will generally calm down. They'll still be windy again tomorrow, but we'll get a little bit of a break as we go through the evening hours. 32 is the peak gust right now in Peru. Temperatures on the flip side, we've definitely cooled off. You've found the jacket, I'm sure. Temperatures tonight are headed into the 30s. The key to that, getting the temperatures from the 50s where we're at now into the 30s, we'll be getting relief from this spin of cloud cover, and you can see the southern edge of this now down to around Bedford and Seymour. This will continue to pinwheel to the north and east, and we'll gradually see our skies clear and the temperature fall. By 11 o'clock, 47 with a clear sky. This is where your day starts tomorrow. One big change for tomorrow, sunshine to the rescue. We'll be at 39 degrees at 8 a.m. Let you know where sunshine takes us in the afternoon and how windy it will be coming up.
See you soon, Kevin. New jobs are coming to Beech Grove. Beech Grove Mayor Dennis Buckley announced today that Milestone Contractors will be moving its headquarters from Indianapolis to Beech Grove. Milestone will be bringing all 110 current employees and adding another 25. The company will build a new office building and maintenance facility on land purchased from CSX. The company is making an $11 million investment in phase 1 of this move to Beech Grove. The new employees are expected to make just over $37 an hour. The deal is set for final approval on November 6th. And we're just 24 hours away from the Pacers season opener, and they'll kick things off with a big piece of the team's future locked in. Sports Director Dave First is here with more.
Guys, thanks. Good evening. It is full speed ahead for the Indiana Pacers. Preseason practices are done. Team is finalized. And if you're Domas Sabonis, the contract is also finalized. Back to the team's practice facility at their St. Vincent Center. Pretty good vibe at practice. A lot of smiles. Guys seem pretty relaxed, certainly for Sabonis, the 23-year-old from Lithuania, set to begin only his 4th season in the league, but averaged 14 points and 9 rebounds a game off the bench last season and proved to the Pacers brass that he deserves a shot at the starting job and that 4-year, $80 million deal. All sides, though, ready now for the season.
His teammates, you know, it was kind of like a cloud was kind of lifted today. You could sense it around the team, and you know, he's a very important part of our future, and wanted to get him locked up.
I don't know what was going to happen. I knew I wanted to be here. They knew that, and at the end, it worked out perfectly for both of us, and I'm just really excited to be here for the next 4 years.
You know, I'm happy for him. I think it's well deserved, and the organization has shown again their commitment, you know, to these guys, and I'm glad that we was able to get that done before opening night.
Tell you what, if you like the Pacers now, you might love them for years to come. Once Victor Oladipo returns at some point this season, this is the contract situation for the starting 5. Vic's deal is actually the first to expire after next season. After that, this team could easily grow old together, with Sabonis' deal set to be the last to expire, again, as of right now, at the end of the 2023-2024 season. A lot of money, a lot of years there. It is now on to tomorrow, though, and the season opener against the Pistons. That 82-game marathon, almost here.
Thank you, Dave. And the RTV6 sports team will have full coverage of the Pacers opener tomorrow. Dave and Brad will be live at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Starting here on the news at 5, at 6, they'll have a look at big changes to the Pacers roster, highlights, and a game recap at 11. That's all tomorrow on RTV6. A lot of pregame fun for fans of all ages planned ahead of tomorrow night's game. It all starts at 5 o'clock with a concert on Georgia Street. There will also be family-friendly activities in the open lot on Pennsylvania, north of the field house, and that includes face painting, a DJ, and the fan van. The Pacers Boomer and the Colts Blue are finalists to get into the Mascot Hall of Fame in Northwest Indiana. Blue has been the Colts mascot since 2006. Boomer has been with the Pacers since 1991. You can vote once a day through Saturday at mascothalloffame.com. TheButlerBulldog.com. And speaking of mascots, another famous one is ready to put his paws up and retire. We are talking about Butler Blue 3, also known as Trip. The unexpected announcement came today. You see the well-known Bulldog at Butler basketball games. He also travels around the country to deliver news of a future student's admission to the university. Trip will retire at the end of this academic year. Trip's longtime handler, Michael Kaltenmark, who is also Butler's Director of External Relations, will also be retiring from official mascot duties, but not his job at Butler. Trip Kaltenmark and the man who will take over mascot duties with the arrival of Blue 4 appeared on our noon show today.
He's going to be 8 in December. Average lifespan of the Bulldogs 8 to 12 years. It's just simple math, right? He's in good health. We want him to go out on good terms as being mascot. So that was easy. For myself, it was a little bit more difficult. But I've been doing this for 15 years, and it was a good time to hang it up.
Oh, the noises he makes. Kaltenmark also has 2 boys who are getting busy with their own activities, and he is also on the waiting list to receive a kidney. So he said the timing was good to make this move. Trip will continue to live with Kaltenmark and his family in retirement. The search is underway for Blue 4, which starts with finding a new breeder. But before Kaltenmark and Trip hang up the leash, they'll be going on a farewell tour called One Last Trip. You can see Trip on Saturday as the host of the Butler Bulldog Beauty Contest during homecoming weekend. Trip will be missed. Still ahead at 5:30 on RTV6, new stores at the Indianapolis International Airport, including one that could take you back to your childhood. But first, more legal trouble for an actress caught up in the college admissions scandal. What's ahead for Lori Loughlin and several other parents?
And it's happening. Clouds beginning to break up, and it's the beginning of a clear, cold night. We'll talk about that and your weekend forecast. Never too early to look into the weekend. Coming up.
And refined Atlas SE with technology.
Tonight, we are remembering the man who wielded the baton and led the musicians of the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra for more than a decade. Maestro Raymond Lupardo died today at the age of 92. He was the music director and conductor of the symphony from 1987 to 2001. He also made guest appearances with some of the world's most famous orchestras. After he stepped down as conductor, he took on a new role with the symphony as its first ever conductor laureate. He was born in London, but later made Indianapolis his permanent home. He died surrounded by his closest friends and husband. President Trump is taking his criticism of the impeachment inquiry to another level as his top diplomat to Ukraine sat down with House investigators. ABC's Mona Karsar-Abdi has the latest from Washington.
The president's top allies on Capitol Hill today on the defensive.
When it's about Trump, who cares about the process as long as you get him? So, yeah, this is a lynching in every sense.
Republican lawmakers like Senator Lindsey Graham justifying the president's use of the incendiary term in his tweet, a word that many say elicited racial violence and brutality committed in the U.S. Trump writing of the impeachment probe, quote, all Republicans must remember what they are witnessing here, a lynching, but we will win. Democrats were quick to point out his continued pattern of divisive language.
I represent the 6th Congressional District of South Carolina, and I know the historical context of that term.
But they also claimed the president was purposefully trying to distract from the testimony of a key witness in the impeachment inquiry. U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine Bill Taylor testified for hours before House investigators about his involvement in the Ukraine scandal.
In my 10 short months in Congress, it's not even noon, right? And this is my most disturbing day in Congress so far.
Democrats pressing Taylor on his now public text exchange with the European Union Ambassador Gordon Sondland, in which Taylor wrote, quote, I think it's crazy to withhold security assistance for help with a political campaign. Ahead of Taylor's deposition, the president distanced himself from both men.
They're interviewing ambassadors who I'd never heard of. I don't know who these people are. I never heard of them.
President Trump just yesterday called on Republicans to form a united front. But just moments ago, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, in a rare move, broke from Trump, saying, quote, given the history in our country, I would not describe this process as a lynching, but rather an unfair process. Mona Karsar-Abdi, ABC News, Washington.
Tonight, actress Lori Loughlin, her fashion designer husband, and 9 other parents face new charges in the college admissions scandal. Federal prosecutors announced today the parents are now indicted on charges of conspiracy to commit federal program bribery. The charge accuses the parents of attempting to bribe officials at an organization that receives federal funding. They are accused of paying bribes to get their children admitted to the University of Southern California. They already face charges of money laundering, fraud, and conspiracy. Loughlin and her husband have pled not guilty to the previous charges and have not commented yet on the new charge. Loughlin's daughters are no longer enrolled at USC. A windy day out there.
Clouds on the move.
They're moving quick.
Yeah, that's time lapse for the last couple hours, but it's one of those days where the winds at, say, 5,000 feet off the ground are really hauling, and you can see that in the clouds as they're moving along. The story in the clouds right now, they're breaking up. That sets the stage for clear sky tonight. Wind will relax a little bit. You don't get that kind of convective motion in the atmosphere dragging down some of the stronger winds from above ground level, and that will cut down on the overall gustiness. 57 in New Powell right now, 57 in Greenwood and Edinburgh, 55 in Castleton. It's cool compared to yesterday for sure. Temperature in Chicago, 49 degrees. The wind is still very strong out of the southwest. That direction will continue next 24 hours, and it will be strong at times, gusting to 30 again tomorrow afternoon. Here are the current winds, west-southwest at 22 in Indianapolis. As far as the big picture, love this view. This is your classic low pressure system, everything going counterclockwise around the area of low pressure. This is a cold pool of air. You've got the rain shield out ahead of it, and we're just on the very southern edge of all the clouds that will lift to the north and east and set the stage for our temperatures to fall. It's windy. It will stay that way, just not as windy overnight tonight. You've heard of high-profile vehicles. They say, you know, be careful when the winds are so strong. Here's a high-profile dog. This guy, Larry, need not worry about the wind. He's solid. It looks like a Mastiff to me, and underneath there, they're testing the weight of that and whether that porch swing is going to hold up. That's Victoria West with Larry. Thanks for sending in the pictures, Kevin. Gregory at WRTV.com, where you can send your picture of your dog or cat. I'll walk them both during the forecast. Temperatures dropping into the 40s tonight. Skies will go perfectly clear. Tomorrow, a big change, all the sunshine. Temperatures move from the upper 30s nearly to the mid 60s. That will be tempered a bit by those winds gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour. From the north, lower 60s to the south, lots of sunshine just about everywhere. Temperatures mid to 60s. And that's where we'll land in Indianapolis at about 64 degrees. Let's move it forward. Thursday, the clouds will return through the day. I think we'll stay dry. Temperatures back off a little bit because of the cloud cover. And you can see the cooler airs off to the northwest, poised to return as we get to Friday. Upper 50s north and west of Indy and mid 60s southeast of Indianapolis on Thursday. Friday, temperatures noticeably cooler again. We'll add a 20% chance for some rain showers. Right now, as we look ahead, it looks dry for Friday night football. Temperatures will be cool, dropping into the 40s. Definitely need your jacket. And as you look at the weekend forecast, by Saturday night, rain chances increase to about 40%. Clouds will increase Saturday. Chance of showers increases Saturday night and will linger a bit on Sunday, 64 degrees. Beyond what you see there, after Tuesday, indications are maybe a blast of the coldest air of the season so far. We keep saying that. The season's, you know, kind of new, but each successive week you get a little cooler air.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. We'll still ahead here at 5, erasing a big stumbling block to employment, the bank that's willing to overlook a criminal record.
Days from 4:30 to 7.
Hello and a very good day to you. I'm Julie Grant with Court TV Live, and we continue bringing you gavel-to-gavel coverage of a murder trial happening right now in Wisconsin, and it is head-spinning. It includes facts about very odd sexual practices, complicated love stories, and perhaps a murder. A woman named Ezra McCandless is accused of stabbing one of her 3 lovers to death. She says, though, it was in self-defense. The state says it was murder. Alex Woodworth was stabbed 16 times times. His death was brutal. More police officers took the stand this morning to set up the timeline for what occurred the day that Woodworth was killed. And a DNA expert told jurors what he discovered. And then we expect to hear from Ezra McCandless's father. He's expected to testify today, called by the state. You'll remember McCandless saying that the last thing she recalled from the day that Woodworth was killed was waking up in her father's home. You won't want to miss his testimony, and we will bring you live coverage from inside the courtroom throughout the day. And as always, count on Court TV for gavel-to-gavel trial coverage. I'm Julie Grant. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Julie. You can learn more about other cases around the nation right now at courttv.com. We've learned through our Hiring Hoosiers initiative that one of the biggest obstacles to finding employment can be having a criminal record. Well, today, the largest bank in the country announced it wants to hire more people who have criminal backgrounds. JP Morgan Chase's CEO said it's a way to level the playing field and broaden its pool of potential employees. JP Morgan has now banned the box that asks prospective employees whether they have a criminal record. And the firm is already hiring some people with a conviction on their record for entry-level jobs like transaction processing and account servicing. However, the company says it's not lowering its hiring standards. There are several Chase Bank locations in Indiana. Well, new at 6 p.m., a mother turning to RTV6 for help. She says people in her apartment complex are dealing with mold, rotting balconies, and sewage backups. We take her concerns to the health department. What you have to know tonight. But first on the Now Indy, schedule adjustments for the Indy Red Line. How frequently will buses be running? You're watching RTV6.